Hi everybody, another Sunday again. First thing I think both Miles and I want to say is we just cannot believe how many times Charlotte's YouTube has been viewed. I do read every single comment that comes on there and I wish that I could reply to them all. I simply don't have time to do it. But the comments are so lovely and Charlotte would have been so pleased with the results. I always say to her that I'm so proud of what she's done, and I've recently, over the last 3 weeks, been quite energetic and been running 4K every single morning, and that's my time. As I say to Miles, that I talk to her and I ask her to guide us through the YouTube maze because it's all relatively kind of new to us. We can't thank you enough. It means so much to us for everything that everybody's commented and said, and one of her, on her unedited video which I found after she passed, that's had over 500,000 views, and she would be brimming up there, and I hope that she's looking down and seeing what a footprint she's certainly made. We've got a bit of news this week, and we've decided, Miles and I, to try and incorporate as much as Charlotte into our videos. A little bit of news after I won the award, which was totally amazing. I got back on the Tuesday. I have to say, on the Wednesday morning I had a complete meltdown. I spent many hours in tears, and I think it was just the realisation that I'd won the award, but obviously the price that was paid, the ultimate price of losing Charlotte. But I know that she would be very, very proud. And I've done a really nice interview with Prima magazine, which is due to come out in the February edition, and I think that's going to be on sale the first week of January, so I'm quite pleased about that. And shortly after I won the award, on the Friday of that week, the Daily Mail came over. It still hasn't gone into print. We're hoping that it's going to go into print in the next few days, and there's also an interview with her consultant, so that was great news. And in other news, Miles, Donate the Change.
Yes, we have the samples from Donate the Change. I will take a photo of those so that you can see what these look like. So we've got the key ring, and you've also got 2 of the wristbands. And what they will enable you to do is donate up to the nearest pound. Is that right?
Yeah, what you need, we're going to put the link in below. The first 230 people that go to the link, their devices will actually be free. The link will be there. You go straight to Charlotte's bag and you register your interest, and then hopefully these will be sent out. The samples I had yesterday, and then a microchip goes in. So I think there are donation buttons there, so I think it's from sort of 5p, and as I understand it, if you're going shopping and your shopping's $14.95, you can donate the other 5p to Charlotte's bag. We will put it on. We will put the link in, and then people, please have a look at it. So the first 230. These devices are normally £20 each. We were very privileged to be chosen in the pilot scheme, and they're very big charities, which you can see when you log into that. And in other news, we're delighted to say that Brighton and Hove buses have put 92 buses have got posters of Charlotte's bag, and I've had lots of private messages and photos of people saying we've just seen the poster, so we're really indebted to them because that will attract, I believe, 1.4 million people, so that's a great load of advertising for us, and obviously it's free, which, as you know, anything that's free we grab.
Yep.
And then in other news, what I've decided to do, before Charlotte passed in December 2015, we were at the Marsden, and there was a man there with his quite poorly daughter, and I remember he went up to Charlotte and said, "You look such a pretty girl," and he just gave her a £50 note, and with that she bought one of those twig Christmas trees, and she wanted to buy all the baubles that went on it. So I've said to Miles that every year now, since Charlotte died, I'm going to buy, in her memory, she loved Cath Kidston, so a Cath Kidston bauble. So I managed to get a really nice one for 2016. Miles will take some pictures of it. And then I went to Cath Kidston the other day, and I was delighted that I had the 2017 these are collectibles, so every year, hopefully until I die, I've said to Miles I'm going to buy one, so you'll have a huge collection of
Yes.
Cath Kidston. It was one of Charlotte's favourite shops, and in fact, one of my, the last Christmas present that I had from her was a Cath Kidston lamp. I had 2 of them, which Miles can take a photo of. So, what have we decided this week for?
We have decided this week that we have a collection of photos of Charlotte when she was younger and when she was older. And what we'd like to do, especially for the new subscribers and new viewers who maybe not had the chance to look back at some of our older videos which cover these in less detail, is just show you a photo montage so you can get a feel of
what she was
like, I
a
suppose.
small baby.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk through these photos and I will photograph them and overlay them so you can see what we're talking about. So
we'll have a look and see what we've got. So these first 2 that we're going to show you are when Charlotte was first born. That one, she was only about 4 days old. And this one, a little bit older, I think probably about a month or so. She was always...
big eyes.
Big eyes, very big. Well, she always did have big eyes. They're just a sort of random selection. This was a little rocking horse which was actually handmade for Miles, and that went on to Charlotte, and she really, really liked this one. She was a girl who always had a dummy, or I think in America they call it a pacifier. She was never without, and I don't know how old she was when we eventually managed to grab that from her.
17, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably 17, I think it was wine then. This, she was mad on the Teletubbies, and when she was about 2 or 3, we bought her a yellow Teletubby with one of the speakers in it, and in the end we had to take the speaker out because it was just driving us all absolutely crazy. We had a lovely holiday in Centre Park, and that was Miles and Charlotte. This was just a random one taken in the garden. Charlotte always used to like to wear silly hats. She was quite keen on hats. A dressing up one. She was always very keen on dressing up, and I think that was a Disney doll which she got one year for Christmas. Another sort of random one. Some sort of toy, I think. I'm not too sure what that is.
Curtsy.
Another curtsy, and I'm looking so pretty. One with her beloved Nala, and Nala was an awful lot younger. I think Nala was probably only about 2 or 3 there, because we got her when she was 11 months.
She's still here.
And here's one where she looks with her dummy again. As I said, we had to pin it on her in the end, because if she lost it, she used to go ballistic and she couldn't find it. And she always had a very, very cheeky grin. Lovely smile though. And she could do the most amazing things with her eyes.
Yes.
And yeah, even when she was older, she
could still make faces.
She could still make faces, and she did an incredible impersonation of Mr. Bean. This is Sports Day, and I think I don't know whether I don't think she won this race, but we just managed to catch it.
That's at primary school.
That's at primary school. And then she joined Brownies, and so she did Rainbows first, then Brownies, but I don't think she stayed in Brownies for very long. I think you stayed in Scouts a lot longer than she stayed Brownies.
Yeah.
So when the children were at nursery, they had a professional photographer come round once a year, so we had these beautiful black and white photos. Charlotte actually looks quite big in that one. She's got a very big face. And this was one on her own. I think she must have been maybe...
Oh, my haircut in that one is awful. It's so...
It is, it's slanted.
Oh, it's just so straight. Oh.
No, I don't know who cut that. This is absolutely gorgeous of Charlotte. And then we had a really good friend of ours, Adam, and I work with Adam's mum, and he's a photographer, and when I think Charlotte must have been probably about 10 or 11, and he came over and he took the most beautiful photos of Charlotte. We'll put them all on. I won't hold them all up, but Miles will photograph them all and put them on. I'll just give you as an example of, they are absolutely stunning. And then, just to show you, I thought it would be nice, I only got these the other day from the award ceremony that I went to, and there's some pictures here again Miles will put up. There's a very grim one of me looking fairly grim and pretty old actually, which is with Christine Lampard. That was at the awards. And then we have one of everybody who won awards, which is great. And then my favourite is me meeting, I don't think I even need to say who it is, but it was great. So I've had, you know, an awful lot of positive feedback, and I think that winning the award has, you know, has done so much for the charity, so we're really pleased with it. And
sorry guys, I'm just going to grab the cat.
no, I think the cat wants to come in.
Come on.
Oh, the other thing that I meant to say, if people want to watch the documentary of my online cancer diary. Also another thing before I forget, which is quite important, Charlotte's documentary, my online video diaries, we've had quite a few people from abroad asking to see it. What we'd like you to do, we'll put the link in below. Could you go to Charlotte's Bag? There is a contact us button. Could you just send us your email address and we will send you a link to the video. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. Obviously, if you want to get in touch with us for any reason, please do go to Charlotte's Bag. Cressy picks up emails very regularly. If they're more personal ones, then she will forward them on to me, so we are in contact quite a lot. But anyway, the only other thing I wanted to say, if you're in the UK and you did see the online video...
You're going to ruin this face.
You're ruining the photos now. I just wanted to say that there was one bit of Charlotte's bag, and this is the bag. It was her little Alba. She bought this on the 7th of December because it was my birthday, 215, up in London. It was the last time she saw our friends in Louis Vuitton. And as the video said, she only ever managed to use it twice. Her fingers couldn't even open the zip anymore, so it was quite tragic, and she absolutely adored this bag. And I think that she did a what's in my bag shortly after she got it, and this will be so treasured, and I don't think it'll ever be parted. And I do hope that Miles has a granddaughter one day, because it will certainly be going to her. Anyway, on that note, I hope you've enjoyed the video. We do our best to try and vary the content as much as possible, and we'll probably do another one in probably about 2 or 3 weeks. We try and build up so we've got enough content, because otherwise it's just us rambling on about nothing, which is a bit boring, same old stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate again everything, all the comments, everything that everybody's done for us. Thank you so much.
Yep, and just a final note, if you haven't seen these videos before, get quite used to this intruder in this feline form coming in. She loves cameras. She's basically in everything we've ever done. So
yeah, she even managed to get in on when Tom was filming. It was terrible. She was there every single time, and in fact, when I was interviewed by the newspaper, she was there again. She seems to have this magnet where she knows that there's something going on TV or whatever. Anyway, thank you so much again.
thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.